What it do? What it do? What it do? It's your boy Bandit, aka Neil, and we talk about this Lions Packer game before it gets started. Sorry that we short, a little bit of miscommunication, but the show must go on. I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves. You feel me? Starting off with you, Jeremy Jerm.
All right, I am Smoking Jeremy B. I run the Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions show on YouTube. I also write for the Motor City Tribune about our Lions in the NFL. So let's get it going.
What's up? What's up? Go ahead, D.
What up, Brian, aka Day Day? Ready to talk about this game? Ready to beat these cheeseheads tonight? Let's roll.
Go ahead, Big Mike.
What up, y'all, man? I'm just like everybody else, man. I'm ready for this game, and we're going to put an end to this North discussion. We're going to take over tonight.
For sure. Get it started, man. Everybody in here, we're all Lions fans, you feel me? Mike, what do you think the keys to the game going to be, man? The keys to win, man?
Keys to the game is continue that phenomenal defense we have in the run game, man. Put the ball in Jordan Love's hands and make him beat y'all, which I don't think he's going to be able to do.
What about you, Jared?
Stop the run. Get pressure on Love because he doesn't turn the ball over without pressure. Saints was getting pressure through the first three quarters. They should have had 3 picks instead of 1, but their whole defense had the butters.
That's what's up. What's up? Darcy, I'm going to get you in here. What you think, D? What's the keys to the game for you, my brother?
We gotta keep the pressure up. We gotta force Love to make the plays. We can't let Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon get us. And we gotta contain the tight ends, man. The tight ends have been killing us the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, they've been killing us this week. On offense, we think the keys to offense. What player you think we need to succeed on offense so we can get this going? Your offense going. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Run the ball. Run the ball open because right now the Packers are allowing only little under 3 yards to the left side, but they're allowing almost 6 yards per carry on the right side because Rashawn Gary, even though he's a great pass rusher, he over pursues like a misguided missile.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I rock with that answer. Like, we've been running the ball, but we haven't been running the ball as effective as we want to on the yards per carry basis. So I hope they get that up, man. If we could see that up 5+, that'd be great.
What about you, D?
I think we gotta establish a run game so we can set up the play action because that's where Goff's most deadly. Get those safeties and those corners to bite on the run game. That way we can beat them up over top.
My keys on offense, I think that we need to give the ball more than Montgomery. Montgomery's still coming off an injury. He ain't 100%. Give Gibbs in and put that first round pick in there. And also do the play action so that I can open up St. Brown and Laporta on the outside on them slant routes. Because everybody say the Packers D is real good, but I think they overrated, man. They got a lot of holes in the defense, man.
The defenses are ranked right close together. They're 17th with 20.6 yards per game given up. We are 18th with 21 given up per game. It's a 1 point difference on what they've given up in scoring. The defenses, there isn't that much difference. If they can get pressure, they're decent, both sides.
What you think, Mike? What you think the defense is going to be, Mike?
You said the key to our defense or their defense?
Our defense.
Our defense. Just keep the pressure up, man. Win the one-on-one matchups. We're gonna need Aleem to have as good a game this week as he did last week. Like, we were complaining about his play, especially after that Seattle game. He was fine in the Kansas City game, but he needs to step up and get some pressures from that interior where he's at too. So it can't just all be Hutch. And Hutch, on top of getting the pressures last week, got to the sack. So we need him to continue that as well.
And D?
I think we need to keep the pass rush up, but we got to stay disciplined in our rush lanes because Love may not be the most mobile quarterback, but he definitely has the ability to step up. And then, yeah, just keep the pressure up. I expect a big game out of McNeil and Bugs because that Packers interior offensive line is very weak. The tackles, they're all right, but where their weakness on that offensive line is the interior.
I think the keys to our defense is to get pressure on the quarterback and communication in the secondary, because we don't need to let nobody get deep and get behind us, because the Packers do like to throw the ball deep. Like I seen when they was playing the Saints, they had a lot of deep shots, man, and the Saints defense covered it up until the end of that fourth quarter. We all know how that went, man. So what you think y'all got? What do y'all think y'all need to do? We need to do to stop Jordan Love in his offense, because he's a mobile quarterback, and then we're.
Can I say one thing about the communication? Can I say one thing about the communication?
Go ahead.
I think our communication is going to be fine because we have our second leader in defense on defense back with Tracy Walker. If you noticed last week, our defense was able to communicate a lot better because Tracy Walker was back there. I think he is a huge gain being back on this defense. Yeah, we lost CJ, and CJ is a great, phenomenal player, but I think Tracy is a better, I don't want to say the better player, but I think he's the better team fit, I guess you could say, because of his ability to communicate with the rest of the guys.
Mike, got anything to add on that?
What was the question?
What do you think we need to do to stop Jordan Love?
I'm gonna go with what they said. Like, even though we want to rush the passer, you gotta stay disciplined in the rush lanes because you don't want to just open a big lane up for him to run through. So just stay disciplined, but when you do have the chance to get him to the ground, get him to the ground. So we didn't do that successfully the first 2 weeks.
A lot of people on this team we thought was not going to be able to was going to be injured and not playing. What was your surprise player, Jeremy, that you thought was going to be out, was in the game, but is in the game?
Mosley's in. That's the surprised one.
They
said this
Mosley's
morning
out.
he was in. He's out now?
Mosley's out, yeah. Tom Pellisario came out and said that he got it mixed up.
No, I'm saying this afternoon I got a notification saying he was in.
Yeah, I had a notification to say that he was in. Then I had a notification to say him and Taylor Decker was out.
So they got it mixed up this morning. Pellisario, he came out and said that Decker and Montgomery were out, but what was I forgot. What's the cornerback's name?
Mosley.
That we were just talking about. Mosley. Yeah, he said Mosley was in, but Decker and Montgomery was out, but it was actually backwards. Mosley is still out, and then Decker and Montgomery are both in. Which that's a good thing because Mosley was coming back from the knee, and then he was starting to have the hamstring issue. So I figured that he would.
Oh, okay.
I figured he'd be back for the Carolina game because they get like 10 extra days with this game being so early. So it actually is better, in my opinion, that they are letting it stretch out for a bit.
Damn, we're still sitting out Broderick Martin. I wanted to see him tonight.
My surprise player I thought wasn't going to play is Jones, man. I didn't think Jones was going to be back in time to play, man. Like, and that really kind of concerned me. But our rush defense has been real good, so I'm excited to see how that played out today too. Got a question for you, Jeremy. What you gonna do if the Lions win?
I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy my wings and mac and cheese. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what? I predicted they were gonna win. I'm gonna rub it in some cheddar heads' faces, though.
Mike, what you gonna do if our team win, man?
Man, if we win, I expect to win tonight. If we win, I'm just gonna be happy. Shit, I got to work tomorrow, so I can't go too hard.
Amen.
Mike said if he ain't had to work, he'd be in the club.
I'm going to the club because I don't work till 2:00. But anyways.
D, what you gonna do if we win, man?
Well, first of all, we need to change the question. It's not if, it's when. When we win.
So what you gonna do when we win?
I'm probably gonna do nothing, man, because I expect to win this game. I do. I expect to win this game. So
Talking shit. I swear to
Give me
God,
a
I'm
minute.
going to spray paint Lions things on my Packer friends driveways. Types of shit. Like, what? Talking shit. For real, I ain't gonna lie. Now, I know nobody don't want to answer this question, but what you gonna do if the Lions lose? Jeremy?
Oh, you know what? I'll probably rage quit for a minute. Just saying.
What you mean by rage quit?
I'm gonna go dark until I go do my podcast tomorrow night. I ain't gonna say shit.
What about you, Mike? If the Lions come out and we lose this game, man, from some fluke reason, what is gonna be on your mind state, man? And what would you do?
Be right back.
Man, if we lose tonight, I'm gonna say we're not there yet, man. We gotta win tonight, though. I think we're gonna win. I'm not even gonna say we're gonna have a chance at losing this. I think it's gonna be a tough game or whatever. It could be a tough game, but these are the games we have to win if we want to win the North.
D, what about you, man? Oh, we just lost D. We lose, man. I swear to God, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a hide. I ain't gonna come outside for a while. I ain't answering the phone. I ain't gonna be on social media.
Hey, the Packers fans gonna be on Twitter going crazy.
And I'm gonna delete a couple accounts on social media. Like, we cannot come out here and lose to the Packers, man. We really can't, man. Like, oh man, that'd be so bad, man. And he's back. D, what you gonna do, man? Huh? What'd you say, Jerry?
People calling me.
Jerry, man, you got anything you want to bring up, man? I know you got.
I mean, we're a top 5 defense right now in the run game. We're, there isn't much better at stopping the run than we are right now. I mean, I think you can say the Browns are better. You can't say Dallas is better after that performance versus James Conner.
Oh my God, man, that was horrible.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Like, call it for what it is.
Tennessee's pretty good against the run. Isn't Tennessee's defense pretty good?
Yeah, they're another top 5.
Going head to head with coaching, man. Like, who do you think got the upper hand on coaching, Jeremy?
Come on, the record's 3-1. It's Dan Campbell over Matt LaFluke.
LaFluke.
Yeah, I might have to ride with DC.
What up, though?
Yeah, I had to ride. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna ask you a question, Sky, man. Like, what do you think the keys to us winning this game, Sky?
What up, Sky?
What up, y'all? What are you talking about? What are the keys to winning this game?
Yeah.
Run the fucking football.
A
heavy dose and a fuck you right down the middle. Yeah, without Kenny Clark, seriously. What?
What'd you say?
No, I said without Kenny Clark and Jair out there, it's tough. It's tough on the backside and the front side, but
wait, Clark is out too?
Yeah. Kenny Clark's out?
I'm pretty sure Kenny Clark was out.
I thought it was Devondre Campbell. Clark hasn't been on the injured list.
I thought it was Campbell.
He came off this week?
I'll look it up right now.
He was on the injury list all this whole week. Let me see.
Wow, that's news to me.
That's a big benefit. I got a question. Who y'all think should get more carries, Montgomery or Gibbs?
Yeah, Kenny Clark is in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They got Malik Heath out, Elton Jenkins, Devondre Campbell, Brenton Cox, Jair Alexander, Zane Anderson, and Anthony Johnson Jr. So they are down
Oh, so half
Two
their other
safeties.
defense then. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody opposite Darnell Savage is out. They had to elevate Rasul Douglas from the dime slot to play safety.
So our receiver should be able to eat.
That's what I'm thinking. As long as the play action is working.
Then my thing is,
that's
if
why we
Kenny
got-
Clark was in, then Kenny Clark is just not doing very well because they literally are like one of the worst rushing defense in the league right now.
Kenny Clark
On the edge, Scott. You got to run against the edge.
Like they're just
I agree with that. You can't run up the middle on that.
They're bad.
Musgraves and Gary miss bad on that right side in the run game.
Yeah, they're like.
Or I mean,
We
what's
still
his
got to
name?
try to run.
Packers rush.
I was talking to a Packers fan earlier this week, and that's what they said. If you want to run against them, you got to run to the outside. I mean, look what Bijan did against them. That's how Bijan got 100-something yards.
Yeah, Bijan only got 2.3 running towards Quay Walker, and he got 5.2 going the other way.
Man, I got after Laporta did what he did last week against Atlanta. Do you see him happen in the same game? Like Atlanta's defense is good too. That's giving them no scrub, but
signed to the practice squad this week, was with the Colts in preseason, was with Detroit last year, is in the game. Goff stops, loads, open Laporta, he's got it, and he's got his first NFL touchdown.
I am a Laporta supporter.
What you think is
the best thing about that whole play is Goff's look at the end. It's like, whew.
Yeah.
See that? See that?
So I got a question, Jeremy. What do you think Laporta's stats gonna be tonight?
5+ catches, around 70 yards and a touchdown.
Sounds about right.
I respect that.
I said about
Mike. What do you think Laporta gonna be putting up this year?
Say what?
Hey, what was that you said was the score?
No, I said, what do you think Laporta's stats gonna be tonight?
Oh shit, man! Hopefully, 60+ yards and hopefully 5+ receptions, maybe 1 touchdown.
Scott, what you think, man?
Honestly, the exact same. To be fair, I think he's gonna get a tutty in like 75 this week.
I'm thinking like 8 catches, 95 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
I can dig it. I can dig that.
Yeah. What do you think? Now, Ben Johnson been having some shaky play calling these first couple of games, man. What would you like to see him do different, Jeremy?
Put Gibbs in space. He's not a guy that runs through the middle. That's what you got with David Montgomery back. I expect that to be the guy going between the tackles. Get Montgomery on some sweeps, some screen plays on the outside, maybe even moving to wide receiver, expose that secondary, seeing how they're down on one side.
What about you, D?
What's the question?
I said Ben Johnson been having some shaky play calling these first 3 weeks. What would you like to see him do different?
I agree with Jeremy. I want to see Gibbs in space, but I also want to see a little bit more Khalif Raymond. I want to see, maybe a few short underneath passes to Khalif Raymond, see if he can get some blocks, maybe a deep shot. We've seen a lot of Josh Reynolds and a lot of Amon-Ra, obviously, but we ain't seen much Khalif Raymond, and he was big for us last year. So I want to see some more Raymond.
The thing with Raymond, though, he hasn't been getting the separation like he was. He hasn't been wide open. So that's the last couple of weeks. The first week, he was wide open a lot. That's why he was targeted more. But yet, when it came down to the red zone, he disappeared, and Josh Reynolds opened up.
I like what we were doing with Josh Reynolds, though. Like, I think we need to see a little bit more of him, too, though, because he's been showing out these first couple of games, man.
If he wouldn't have came up a little bit lame with that hammy in the third quarter, we would have seen more of him. At the beginning of the third quarter, he kind of limped off. That was his hammy.
Mike, what would you like to see Ben Johnson do different with his offense?
I want to see some Wildcat. I'm just playing. No, I like Ben Johnson. He hasn't been as strong as he was last year. He's had his moments so far these few weeks, but I think they're getting on the right track, man. My main thing I want to see is us being able to run the ball efficiently. Like we've been running the ball for some yards, but it hasn't been efficient. So if he can figure out some kind of way in the run game to get both those running backs on track efficiently, where they're getting yards like 5+, I'll be happy with that.
Y'all remember when Aaron Rodgers got his first 3 games straight versus Chicago in their house? Everybody started calling it Lambeau South. What happens when we get our third straight in Lambeau tonight? Do we start calling it Ford Field Complex North?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're gonna need some kind of nickname.
I really don't think any of those other wins even have anything to do with going into this game. Like they're not influencing it at all, to be honest with you. Just because Jordan Love's at the helm and fucking Dickhead isn't anymore. So they think of it as a whole different situation. Like, you know what I'm saying, Jeremy? Like before going into it, they're like, oh, we got to play Aaron Rodgers. Super Bowl champion, MVP. Now they're just like, it's fucking, at the end of the day, it's Jordan fucking Love out here. Confidence is like,
Packers.
Exactly. But confidence for us should be like way the fuck up here going, this ain't Aaron Rodgers. This dude's dog shit. Even though he's not.
He's actually exactly what Rodgers was his first year playing after sitting 3 years. He's 53% right now. Rodgers was 55% his rookie year. Remember when he played?
He looks like the craziest thing is that I don't know if you guys have watched any of his footwork or like his tape. Like he just kind of like did the zoom in on Jordan Love. Like he is literally looks like Aaron Rodgers from the back. Like if you took his number away and you took, you were just looking at the player, you would think it's fucking Aaron Rodgers slinging the fucking football or doing his hitch ups and shit. Like he literally copy and pasted Aaron Rodgers' gameplay and was like, "Yup, I'm taking all of that."
I disagree. I think if we need to, because this is still Lambeau. You know what I mean? This is still Lambeau, regardless of who's at the helm. The Lions, throughout my life, have generally not fared well at Lambeau. So if we can go in a chance to take our third one, I'm rocking with it. I'm holding that high, regardless who's at the helm. My bad, Blown. I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad, bro.
Oh no, you're perfectly fine, bro. You're perfectly fine. So, Mike, what you think we need to do to shut down Jordan Love and his offense?
I think to shut Jordan Love down the offense, we got to first do what we've been doing through the first few weeks and shut down the run game, put the ball in his hands, but also keep up with that pressure from last week. So we got to put him under pressure too. He just can't be sitting back there. That's what my answer would be.
What about you, Mike? I mean, Sky.
Well, I'm sorry. What was the question again?
What do you think we need to do to stop Jordan Love in his offense?
Oh, Jordan. I mean, that comes down to like literally forcing him to throw the ball 40 times a game. Just make him win the game. Like, and I know that's like everybody is going to sit there and they would sit there and say, well, okay, don't let him win the game. He just fucking did that. Okay, listen, there's a difference. And don't get me wrong. I like the Saints defense. The Saints defense is a good defense. But when you're telling me that Derek Carr goes down and then he has to go win a game where the emotions went from like super high Saints and then Derek Carr gets hurt and it flips and now we're hot and tell him to do that shit 10 times in a row, this would be the only time he would do that. So like I don't think we are going to have an issue whatsoever with Jordan Love tonight. Make him pass the fucking rock and make him beat us because he's not going to go out. As much as I hate Jerry Jacobs in the way he is playing right now, because realistically, he's getting picked on by fucking everybody that we play against.
Everybody
literally getting picked on. Like they're this throw the ball at his ass. So I don't think the matchup is as bad. Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson, like, yes, they're the taller wide receiver, jump ball type motherfuckers that he typically has a problem with. But though these are also second-year fucking players, you know what I'm saying, versus who we're playing against every week, like DJ Metcalf and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
right.
It's a little different to me.
There's a big talent difference.
Yeah. So and that's why I think he struggled. I think and to me, I still think Seattle is like every game from here on out. We need to reflect on what happened against Seattle, because anybody that has a similar offense as Seattle, we're gonna struggle the same way. Like, say we play Miami, like we would struggle against their speed. Like we would struggle against their speed very badly.
Yeah. Badly.
Well, we didn't play too bad against them last year, and they really ain't added nobody since last year.
I agree with you, but they're just one year further in their fucking offense. So you can see it.
And last year, everybody was saying I was crazy because I was saying, you know what, I'm really not scared of the Bills like that. But the one team on the schedule I was scared of last year, from an offensive skill perspective, was the Miami Dolphins, and we did fairly well against the Bills.
Well, they really didn't improve the offense. What they did improve was their defense.
Miami,
it looks like it slows down a little more. It looks like the
Miami's defense is not good.
I think their defense is good. I mean, they just held Broncos to 20, right? Who did they play before the Broncos? I know the first week was
the Chargers.
Yeah. Wait, don't they got 3?
Yeah, they played the Chargers, the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders was the second game? Okay, yeah, because I know the Chargers was rough, but they was both going back and forth on the Chargers, and the Chargers kind of got a rough offense, so I get that. But how many points did they hold the Raiders to?
Look at.
I got a question for y'all, Mike. Because I know you and Day and everybody really been seeing this swirling around fucking Twitter lately, dude. A lot with all these teams starting to shit the bed. Is there anybody Brad's you think gonna go after before this trade deadline to make this roster complete?
It's 2 players I want. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would love to have either Davante Adams or Mike Evans.
So a wide receiver.
I would complete that offense.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I was talking to Josh actually earlier. I was talking to Josh earlier, and he actually mentioned that Max Crosby is kind of getting irritated in interviews about not winning and shit like that, and he's actually a Lions fan.
Man, I think that's going to cost too much to get him out of there, though.
Hey, listen, I would pay a first and a second for him and Davante Adams like that.
I think it's going to cost more.
You know, and I don't think we got the money to take on them contracts, though, do we?
Absolutely.
We would restructure. We could take on one.
We would restructure Goff. They would instantly restructure Goff, and then Goff would get backloaded in a contract extension, and then they would open up cap.
See, the thing with Adams is you really wouldn't have to have him past next season. Like, you could have him for this season, next season, then after that you could move on. But it's not as bad as people think it is.
You're grabbing him for a Super Bowl run, and then you're getting Max Crosby on the back end of it for your future to go across from Hutch, and you just let him go nuts. And then you're just worried about interior O-line next year and interior defensive line. Because at the end of the day, I know this is kind of sidetracked from what I just said, but I hope to God we don't sign Jonah Jackson. For what he's going to ask, if we sign him, I'm going to be pissed.
This is why I wanted Mike Evans. You can go.
This is why you wanted Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, this is why I wanted Mike Evans, because a lot of people were saying, "Oh, that's gonna be too much money," and I'm like, "Well, shit, man, you gotta pay what they deserve." So, and that was my guy that would get paid if we got Mike Evans would be Jonah Jackson.
Oh, you like Jonah?
No, I'm saying I agree with you. I like Jonah, but what I'm saying is if we acquire a guy like Davante Adams or Mike Evans, he's the guy that has to go.
Money shifts in
Wait, hold on, time out. So you know that offensive linemen in the NFL right now are shit, and we've got a good one, and you're willing to let it walk away. We're one of the few teams
I'm letting one of the worst pass blockers in the NFL to walk for the money he's going to ask to be a complete guard. He's going to ask basically like $3 million under what fucking Nelson asked, bro.
I'm letting one of the 5 go.
He's going to be wanting.
Well, Vitae, we know Vitae's gone. It has to be gone next year. They're not going to. They're going to figure out a way to get rid of it.
Are you giving Jackson Quentin Nelson money, bro? Are you giving him that bread?
No.
No, and if he's asking that, then no. Okay, I
That's what
totally
he's
agree.
It's
a
not-
Pro Bowler. He's gonna ask it.
He ain't
Yeah,
gonna
I'm paying.
No.
I'm paying
Pro
a
Bowlers.
guy. I'm paying
Yeah.
an all-pro caliber player over Jonah Jackson any day. I'm paying Devontae Adams or Mike Evans any day over
Absolutely.
fucking Jonah Jackson. It's not a
1,000
question.
times over, bro.
Here's the problem with Devontae Adams. Raiders aren't going to trade him because they're not going to eat $100 million in dead cap for 2 years.
Not if we take on the money.
We don't have that kind of money.
That's why I say we got to restructure Goff. That's 30. That's what is his cap hit this year? Fucking.
Let me pull up his contract because I don't think they would have to eat.
What is Goff's hit this year compared to Devontae Adams' hit this year? Because if you restructure Goff, you get rid of that hit this year and you push it.
Yeah, but they're going to need other money compensation to cover the $54 million in dead cap this year.
Okay, so I got it here. So if they trade him, it's already past June 1st. So if they trade him, they're only eating they're eating about $8 million this year dead cap, and then next year they would be eating 23.5. That's all they're eating.
I just don't see how
So
the
31,
Raiders get out of
31,
this.
32 mil.
I just
That's
don't
not
see how
bad.
the Raiders get out of this because at the end of the day, dude, you're not going to bring in a rookie quarterback and go, hey, here's Devontae Smith in his last year.
So that's why I'm not a Max Crosby guy because I don't think that's realistically going to happen. If it happened, great. But I think the Devontae Adams thing could really happen because they could trade him. And like I said, the 2023 this year's dead cap will be $8 million basically at 7.95, and then next year you have 23.55. So that would be all
So
they
you
had
don't-
to eat.
What's more likely, Devontae
Okay.
Adams or Mike Evans? Which one do you think is more likely, Devontae Adams or Mike Evans?
Either or, because I mean Tampa Bay, they really not going to do anything. I mean, it looked nice the first 2 weeks they went 2-0, but I don't see them being they could be in a playoff race because of the division they're in, but they're
I
not
can
going to
see
be a
Baker going
contender.
like this. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
that's Baker Mayfield.
I mean, because
to get shitty.
you got to think about it. They're getting Alvin Kamara back this
Get
week.
shitty.
They don't have Kyler this week. It look like they're gonna have Winston, but if they could pull that win off, Tampa Bay is right back to 500 at 2-2.
The biggest thing everybody's forgetting is Alvin Kamara's back in that lineup, and he has a rapport with Jameis Winston already.
Yep. So yeah, I could see Tampa losing this weekend.
I predicted him to lose.
Who was
I
Tampa
love
Bay playing
Baker,
this
but-
weekend?
The Saints in New Orleans.
Then they
In
play
New Orleans.
Detroit.
Yep.
Then they play
Y'all can see-
Detroit,
y'all
and
can-
if that's 2 games, they're already under 500 at that point at 2-3. So you can see the Mike Evans rumors start to pick back up.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Mike Evans, Devontae Adams are definitely realistic. So I mean, they're just. It's
Sky, to use a term that you use, we need to Ferrari this offense.
fuck yeah, bro. I
You know?
agree, dog. Just keep it fucking moving, bro. Keep piling the weapons on, dude. Like there's never too many weapons, dude.
Because if we're being honest, our offense has been kind of vanilla so far this year. You know what I mean?
Because we're lacking that big play. I mean, they haven't opened up
Yeah.
Gibbs to hit our home runs. We don't have outside of Gibbs. Who on our team hits home runs besides Khalif Raymond the random times that he gets the ball? There's not one person that really
Nobody.
can hit a home run. I mean, except for
No.
when they get wide
No.
open, and everybody can hit a home run when they're fucking 15 yards this way and 15 yards this way from the nearest fucking defender. So, like, the only person right now
Not to cut y'all
realistically
off.
that can take the top off is Khalif, and they don't even play him enough right now to even do that. Well, they're starting to play him more. He's frequently getting in the lineup more, but I mean, until J-Mo comes back, we don't really have a guy that, the safeties are like, what, let's watch out for this guy. We don't
Yeah.
have that right now. So
Because we have Amara who sucks
Not to cut you
everybody
guys
in.
off.
You know what I mean?
everybody, bro, he gets a linebacker
Yeah.
and whoever's
Think-
on him every single time.
Bandit trying to say something, y'all.
And not to cut y'all off, but whoever said that, if you need a link to the game, just inbox me and I'll send y'all a link to the game. That's good. But go ahead, y'all. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh no, you good, bro? Do your thing.
Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead, Scott. Mike,
No,
please
I
continue
was
what y'all
just-
saying.
No, I was just saying like this. We don't have a current guy that's going to go ahead and take the top off besides Khalif Raymond. So realistically, our play, like what we're running right now, is absolutely perfect. Ben Johnson, I think, is doing a very good job at being vanilla, I guess to say,
Yeah.
because you're right, Day.
Yeah.
I mean, his play calling is fucking vanilla as shit. But
But he's doing the
as-
best with what he can work with. So
Right, exactly. He has
I
a
feel
fucking
that. I feel
backup
that.
guard. He has another backup tackle. He has you know what I'm saying? Like we're working with fucking shit, and he's making it. That's why I said like people. I was in a space earlier, in Tina's space earlier, and I was sitting there saying, I was like, if we would have ran the ball to the fucking left side of the fucking, the left side of the line all night, we would have fucking, we would eventually got 200 yards because we were like, it was like 90% of our yards came from the left side. So
Correct.
that's
Yep.
where our power side. That was Sewell, Jonah, Ragnow. Even though Jonah and Ragnow were struggling in the first half, they struggled like a motherfucker against Amniata and fucking Jarrett first half.
Yes, they did.
They were getting torn the fuck up, and then second half that shit clicked. Something turned.
Those are good D linemen too. Those are good. That's not like those guys are. Those are like.
That's the only thing they have on defense besides AJ Terrell and Bates is their 2 D linemen. So they did their job. You can't blame them for the fucking loss. I'll tell you that right now.
Because they ate. They ate it. They didn't get. They got what, 2 sacks last week?
They ate, bro. From an interior
But-
D line, that's what we could get. If we could trade our interior D line for those 2 guys, I would do it tomorrow.
Okay, you know what is funny about that Green Bay defense? Everybody says it's so good. They're averaging giving up 136.7 on the ground.
Right, that's what I was saying. They're like the worst in the
They're
NFL,
27th.
right?
They're
Yeah,
27th. The worst is the Bears. Second worst is Minnesota.
There we go. So that's what I'm saying. I thought Kenny Clark was still out. That was my bad earlier. He was out last week. I know that for sure.
He went out for a quarter. He came back in that game.
Oh, he did. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he's not fucking injured. I hate that shit when people get fucked up and they're. 'Cause that's a good player. I want Ragnow to throw his big ass around. So
Yeah, I want him to ragdoll Kenny Clark too, like he did the last 2 times.
facts. Like that defense. These names on that defense are not showing up against us. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Ragnow ragdolled him the first time, and Evan Brown did it the second time.
Yeah, there you go. Evan Brown. There you go. There you
Who's
go.
got
hurt for
hurt when he
Seattle
played
already?
Oh, the all whites. I forgot it's the all whites tonight.
You said it's Evan Brown. Is he done
No,
for?
wait, we're wearing the all whites.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all.
We're winning this game. We're winning this game.
Yeah.
I want to ask a quick question.
Go ahead.
One player that has surprised one player that has surprised you so far for this team this year.
Marvin Jones Jr. being complete ass.
Okay.
That is a tough one, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
The one
I
player.
I gotta say, Derek Barnes is mine. Everybody knows. Well, a couple of y'all know that I hated on Derek Barnes,
I'll tell you what.
and,
When I saw
and
him
he
come
has
in-
shown the hell out this year for sure.
when I saw him come in at the end of the year when Rodrigo got hurt and basically told Rodrigo, "Fuck you, I ain't giving you your starting job back," and he stood up Quadzilla in game 18. That's when I knew Barnes arrived.
Yeah, you ain't
That-
lying.
Not
That
me, man.
stand up was a big play. We talked about that on the podcast. I think that was probably his best play of his career. I'm not gonna lie,
And
because he read it perfectly. He shot the gap, made the tackle. Like
who was on the ground diving at AJ Dillon's feet that he cleaned up in that play? Who was it?
Rodrigo.
Nope. Rodrigo wasn't.
Anzalone?
Anally.
We gotta stop that. There's so much hate on Anzalone. We gotta stop
Hey,
that.
That is the only thing I hate about him, and he's done it this
He missed
year
a lot of
already,
tackles.
is when he dives at the feet of running backs. I hate that shit. And that's why I call him anally, is because when he does that, it fucks the defense. Then you got to depend on a corner or a safety to clean it up.
yeah, he's
And
not
that's
good
why
at
I'm glad
tackling.
Walker's back in.
Yeah, that one last week with him and Branch when they both got trucked by Algier. Then the next play, Branch gets Algier right back. That shit was amazing.
Yeah,
that
that
shit
was-
was crazy.
He said that ain't happening again. Not
He
on
got his
our-
ass right back.
He said, "You ain't going full speed this time, buddy."
Slow it down.
Hey, but Anzalone, man, to start out that game, he made the first 2 plays of that 3-play drive on that 3 and out.
He
He
did
did.
100%.
He has his little fucking good blips and of fucking a good play, but then you see it. He'll shoot a gap and he'll just whiff a tackle, bro, and the dude will get 8 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that play was horrible. That play with him and Branch got trucked, that was horrible, man.
I just
Horrible.
don't understand that shit, bro. Like, how you getting trucked one play and then making perfect plays the other time? I just don't. I don't know.
Inconsistency. That was my problem with Barnes. Inconsistency. But he's shown out this year.
Yeah, he's doing a
Burns-
lot better. We'll see his missed tackles at the end of the season. I'll tell you that. Like that's the real thing, man. Like we got.
I'll tell you what.
Analytics at the end of this year to see where he's at compared.
I'll
to
tell you
last
what,
year.
one of my favorite plays of the game was actually by Anzalone. That play where he didn't do what defenders do, which I hate, is not pop the quarterback when they're still in bounds. He popped the shit out of Desmond Ritter one of them runs
Yeah.
before he got out of bounds.
Oh,
The
hell yeah.
funniest play I remember was when Rodrigo got blessed, like Bo Jackson did to Prime, with Behan putting his hand right on the forehead of Malcolm's helmet. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
What I
He had
like
shoved him
about
down.
my favorite play is when Tracy Walker hit old dude. That was
Oh,
my
yeah.
play.
Oh yeah, man. Tracy
When he hit
Walker
Pitt?
is back.
When he hit Pitts?
Yes, like
He was
that.
sick. He was
about
sick
to
when he
make
got that hit.
Yeah, Pitts was about to make that catch, and Walker says, "No, you ain't."
Yeah, he was sick, man. He felt that
hey,
shit.
Jeremy, I was over when I thought Tracy Walker got them picks, man. I was on Facebook hollering, bro, like hollering, but he dropped them. But that's Russ Steele, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. Like last week when we were debating if it was a big drop off or not, and I said I agree with Sky more so because I said I don't think it's a huge drop off, but the playmaking aspect, like you got to get those, Tracy, man. Them came right to you.
Well, in week 1, CJGJ had one like that too.
Yeah, he had a couple of them.
He had a couple of them. He could have had 3 picks that game. Tracy could have had 2 last game, and he could have had 3 that first game. So everybody.
Yeah, when you want to,
go ahead, Mike.
you want to win them games. No, that's my fault. When you want to win them games, you got to make those plays, man. Because how many times we seen a defender drop the ball and then 2 plays later the offense still trucking down the field?
You getting paid to make them plays, man. Like,
and you can't have people like what CJGJ did when old boy was getting up and he gave him 15 yards to extend the drive in Seattle against Seattle.
Yeah, and that was crazy because that was a phenomenal play. They were going to be behind the sticks, and then we just gave them a first down.
Right, because that was going to be 4th down. They had punt. They were way back.
I got a question. Have Aaron Glenn impressed y'all enough for y'all feel like y'all should keep him now, or y'all still on the borderline of a fire room or not? Start with you, Aaron.
I need another week. I need to go another couple of weeks, man. I don't want to fire him anyway.
Go ahead, D. What you saying?
I'm not on the train of firing him, but he needs to. I need more consistency. 1 week doesn't take him off the hot seat.
That's a fact. That's literally what I was about to say.
I was never on the firing train. I thought that was crazy to be doing that after the second game of the season, especially after the first game of the season. We held Kansas City to 20 points. In the second game, I felt like a lot of people let Campbell slide off the hook the second game before people started talking about it, because I was talking about it too. Like some of the decisions he made, putting the defense on short fields, like, and then the turnovers too. Like that doesn't. All the points they scored, Seattle offensively don't go, and it's not attributed to the defense or Aaron Glenn.
I'll tell you what, I turned the burner down, but I need to see consistency. I cannot have an up defense 1 week and a down defense the next week.
That's right.
And my only response to that is we got to hold the players accountable, because how Aleem McNeil looked last week, if we could get that Aleem McNeil on the field consistently for like 12 to 13 games, it would be a great defense. But which Aleem McNeil is going to show up week to week?
Wait, what's the biggest difference between last year's McNeil's play when he was good and when it wasn't? And I'll tell you exactly what it is, because it's the same reason why it was good last week and it wasn't the 2 weeks before.
Bugs.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
If he doesn't have another big guy next to him to help eat the extra blockers, he struggles. It's just like in his rookie year when he was DT1 while Levi was out. He didn't get a sack till Levi was back in. Because you damn sure wasn't going to have him get one with blockers there. That guy was a bump on the log.
And he came here just to get paid.
Hell yeah. He was chilling.
Hey, he had some chains on his neck though.
He was chilling,
Hey,
bro.
Get your paper, boo boo. Get your paper, boo boo.
That man was big chilling here, bro.
I think.
Yeah, like he was a
He was a what, Mike?
he was a coach. No, that's my fault. I was just saying he was the coach the whole time. He wasn't the player coach. He was the coach the whole time he was on Detroit roster.
Yeah, he was.
They should have just made him assistant D-line coach while he was there in pads. He didn't fucking do shit the whole time. Just getting a $12 million paycheck. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, you know what? Like I know Trey Flowers got a lot of shit, but he did a lot more that first year he was here than fucking Brockers did, man.
Oh,
Amen.
What, get 3 penalties to make us lose a game that didn't count? That wasn't really penalties.
Wait, the
That was
fake penalties you're
bullshit.
talking about? That was
Yes,
bullshit
yes.
penalties. You can't blame him.
Hey,
Bullshit as fuck.
Game about to start.
And they called that both times, man. That shit was ridiculous when they called that on Trey Flower.
All right, y'all. I gotta go on the live show for
All
that PSF.
Let me get
so
let
I
me get
appreciate
this.
y'all.
Anthony, before y'all go and we go, what's your prediction score of the game, man?
27-17.
D, what's your prediction of the score gonna be, man?
38-14 Lions.
Jeremy, what's your prediction of the score gonna be, man?
This is a rivalry game. I think both teams step up a little bit, but it's going to be close. Lions win 27-24.
Mike, what's your prediction of the score gonna be, man?
Give me 31-21 Lions.
I'm going 14-28 Lions, man. You can shout out, look at all my peoples that they Anthony, let them know where they can find you at.
Pro
That's how it was in the show.
Sports Fan at. That's where you can find me. And then on the weekdays, off days, you can definitely find me on any streaming or Apple Music, Spotify, all that shit. Under the Lions Fan Report. You already know.
D, let them know where they
Great
can
show.
find you at.
You can catch me on Twitter at Markham246. Tap in. Appreciate y'all. Go Lions.
Jeremy with the kneecap biting, where they can find you at.
Kneecap biting with the Motor City Lions on YouTube, Motor City Kneecap Biters on Facebook, at Smoking Jeremy B on Twitter. And to find the Motor City Tribune, it's actually owned by a paper out of Florida. It's a subsidiary. It is the SouthFloridaTribune.com. Go to the headings and you'll see Motor City Tribune. You'll see my name listed.
My brother from another mother whose parents never knew each other. Mike, let them know where they can find you at.
You can find me on Twitter all day at Mike. Wait, no, shit, I fucked it up. At OnePride_JR.
About to
My
spit his
name is
Instagram.
Neil, aka Bandit. My name is Neil, aka Bandit. You can find me at Bandit Sports. I had to change the name because they were cracking down on people using Lions. So Bandit Sports on YouTube, Neil Baloney Bandit on Twitter, man. We on our way out here. We about to watch this Lions game. Go Lions, one pride, baby.
Lions, baby.
One pride. Defend
Go
the
Lions.
dream.